Hey y'all, it's your girl, TheeMemoryAstrologer, and I'm back. You feel me? I'm back. But let's get in this video, okay? So back to school time. It's back to school time, and I have a little astrology walkthrough for us. You feel me? Off the dome astrology walkthrough, a little bit, but astrology walkthrough nonetheless. And yeah, let's get into it. So I haven't really been seeing a lot of back to school spiritual like services or anything like freebies or like anything to like prepare our babies who are going off to starting school or going to trades or going to college or going to high school. Nonetheless, you feel me, moving up, matriculating type thing. And you feel me? I want to see that going further. I want to see more of that going further. You feel me? We needs to have protections for our babies to make sure they get to school and come home safely. Avenues for abundance. Open that shoe, move that so loud, right there, put that shoe back in there. You feel me? Maybe fix hands to make sure that our babies are safe in these environments. Type situation, but nonetheless, let's get into it, okay? So this is an astrology walkthrough, and it's gonna be called Making a Diamond. You're like, girl, what you mean by making a diamond? And I mean like making a diamond. So I got the chart, y'all. I pulled the chart, and chart is based off of Chicago. Okay, y'all. I am a Chicago-based girl. So with that in mind, this is from a Chicago perspective. Chicago went back to school this week. They went back to school. The families, the parents, the babies, everybody went back to school. But if you're a college baby, I don't know what bravo going back to school type thing. Look at the chart. Let's look at the chart. It is on my iPad, my laptop. Ooh, baby. Let's see if I got it. Type situation. Okay, look at it. Look at it real good because I can't look at it later. Type situation. You feel me? Pause it, screenshot it, walk through it with your girl. But let's quickly get into it, okay? All right, so because our babies went back to school in Chicago based on Chicago public schools, not astrology, but the astrology of the 24th of Monday, I chose to be honest, midnight, I'm be 100. I don't know what time everybody starts school, but I know that's the day school starts. So the rising for this is ascendant Gemini 12 degrees. I like it. It literally says for everybody that recall is something we need to work on, and not food recalls, but recall is in what you're learning, and then recall it to be able to move it from short term to long term. So that is really the gist, okay? I love Gemini. I love some short term things. I love some learning with pictures, learning to engage with it. Tactile is up, and that's a wonderful engagement, which means whenever you learn something in your mind, you need to be able to write it, you need to be able to note it, you need to be able to create it, okay? So if you can't see it, you can't create it. P, that's T. If you can't see it, you cannot create it. Now, you can finesse that, but you can finesse a lot of things, okay? But overall, that's the gist. That also means we need to work more on studying. That also means we need to work more on moving things from short term to long term. And that really means homework, yeah. Being able to work on things at home, yes. Workbooks is very necessary. Worksheets, not really, but if you can do a workbook and talk through it, because it is a Gemini thing, which is talk before, think, engage. That's the movement that needs to be going on this year, okay? That is something that we all need to do this year for helping our babies. This is something that would be necessary and useful to make sure that all the things that they're learning, that they're able to use and to keep and to be able to build off of. That's really the portion of learning that we need to understand, is that, you need to have a solid foundation. If the foundation is a little rocky, what avenues are we going to fix it and tend to it and overlay it and make sure that it's still safe and to build off of? But you also need to do maintenance. You get it. But that is the overall gist, okay? So that really means that we need to have input of the child, we need to have input of the parent, we need to have input on the child's lives, okay? So let's get into it. So with this avenue, I do love the fact that Uranus not really conjunct the ascendant. I mean, it is conjunct, but it's not conjunct. But I'm going to say it's conjunct the ascendant. 8 degrees is It's conjunct to me, baby. And with this, I need us to understand that it ain't like a one and done. It's a cookie cutter. It's not that. Period. Uranus is like, baby, I'm my own individual. Like, how is you finna give me my individual needs? You feel me? Like, if I know I'm good at reading, I know that I'm a struggle in math in different areas, so I need extra support in different areas. And that's just really it. We need to see, the individuality of each person and each need and how it shows up. That's pretty much it. 100%. I do like that. So with this, let's talk about elementary school. And I mean, like, we can break it down from pre-K to 3, then we do like 4 through 5th, 6, 7, 8, we do it like that. Then we do high school, and then we also do college, okay? So, I already wrote the notes down, a lot of it I didn't. So, I'm gonna read them to you. So, whole time it says making a diamond. You're like, girl, what you mean by making a diamond? Now, when you look at this chart on some, just like, on some basicness, like on some for realness, don't you see that big old diamond? It say, boop, 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 baby. Tell me I'm not tweaking. You see that big old triangle right there, right? You see all them fat old squares right there, right? You don't see that big old blue diamond and say boop, 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 boop. Come on, tell me. That's why you need these squares. That's why you need these oppositions. No, seriously, because if not, you'll be like, I'm ready for the test and you ain't never studied. Girl, what do you mean I'm ready for the test? So, let's get into it. The overall needs that we need to be aware of for the school year, based off of Chicago's chart, it says, I think this is Juno. Or is it Xerxes? Girl, look, I need some glasses. I need some. No, my love, it is Xerxes. Okay, I'm done with that. Oh, that makes sense. The buying of parents is necessary here, but it's more so not just buying. It's like the redirection. Now, it can seem a little irritating. It can really just seem a little irritating, to be honest. It's like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Girl, why do you know this? Huh? Yeah, it can come off like that. It really can. But it's necessary because it's a huge finesse. And the younger people really need the older people to talk things through. The middle people, so like 6, 7, 8, high school, they most definitely need the input of older people in their lives to use as a guiding force. Because here, it's a whole lot of like, I'm smarter than you here going on. And if we can prepare our children, if we can prepare just basically like the foundation so we can, when things pop up, it's like, okay, you feel me? We can work through it. It's not too much. So I just want us to be prepared because I don't never really be seeing a lot of supports, and I think it's necessary so you can already know like the overall gist. You feel me? So yeah, Xerxes conjunct Mars, and I like this because Priapus is here. Astronomy would say Priapus is like the closest part of the moon to Earth, but I'm gonna tell you right now, that's where the opposite is. That's where the opposite is, baby. That's the oppositions and how to bomb verse, my love. If you use it, our astrology way, of course. You feel me? Where's my glass of wine at as I shake it? But nonetheless, Priapus is here. And it's the 19th. I love it. Tit for tat is here 100%. I would teach our children how to let things slide now. Now, I got to tell you, baby, who's you talking to? That's what you got to be. It feels like, why do I have to be the bigger person? Why do I have to let things slide? It's a skill set that everybody needs to learn, even adults. Adults need it, baby. I just can't reach over and slap somebody. You feel me? I just can't do it. And that level of self-control, if you're learning about it 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, because that's the ages to say right here on this ascendant. So 12 years old, what's it like? 11, 12? What's that, like 6th, 7th grade? I'm not really for sure what ages. Look, connecting grades, baby. Put 2 and 2 together. This is stuff that's necessary to build off of. So when you 10, when you 15, when you 27, when you 28, when you 30, when you 29, when you 27, all these ages can be like, dang, you feel me? Because I learned this lesson in such a young age, and I use it continuously. So is this something that I can use? You feel me? Put it in my toolbox and use it long term. 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade. See the same situation play out. Use the same skill set. I can call upon it, I can hone it in, I can use it, and I can refine it. That's the whole thing of Libra. Is it not refinement? Is it not, I have a sword and I'm sharpening the sword through refinement? Tell me type situation, okay? But whole time I just need us to be aware of that, okay? So if we're aware of that, we can move on it with a strong hold and a strong focus, okay? This year, the child's mind is gonna, of course, as always, I like when isn't the North Node supposed to know it's a South Node here. Oof, I do like it here. 18 months from now, when would it will repeat again? I'm not doing the math right here, astrology wise, but I tell you, this lesson will repeat again in about a good 3 years, okay? And this same lesson is just the facet of like being able to understand and grow with yourself inside the group as a whole. And this is a skill set that everyone needs to know, because you can build off of hella stuff. You feel me? Being able to sit by yourself, not being able to always be around friends. You're gonna go through a period of time where you really don't have friends. You really can't. You gotta lock in on something. You might be locking in on college. You might be locking in on getting married. You feel me? You might be locking in for a trade. You might be locking in like for these tests. So you have to cut off people for a minute to lock in, to gain what you need to gain, to really move up in the situation. And to be able to get to that, you need to do little areas like this, little arenas like that. So big strenuous stuff like that, locking in, won't seem scary, won't seem devastating, won't seem as I can't do it. So all these experiences this next 18 months, because you don't know how South Node engagement, but this school year is going to be necessary for the child's individualized connection to self, okay? So that also means we need to think about what it means to like be self. And once again, not a cookie cutter thing. Once again, it's something we have to learn. Okay, Varun conjunct Jupiter, and Mercury is at the end of the house in the third. I like this. I do like this a lot. Oh my goodness, that's the needing of engagement of older people. I promise you, because the way friend groups is gonna be moving this year is like clicking up is it's necessary. You learn clicking elementary school. You learn clicking in every form of jobs, every form of wherever you move. That's a normal thing. Learn how to click, learn how to engage with people. Yes. But there's a thin line of like clicking up and like being like a diehard, or like being you feel me, like clicking up and following, okay? There's an avenue that we need to understand, like what's the purpose of you connecting? That's really the mindset. What's the purpose of you and them being friends, huh? What's the purpose of this engagement, huh? So this is learning. This is a learning facet, because it also teaches how much you can give to situation. If you do give a lot, what you get back. So these are all learning facets that is necessary in children and in childs and adults and teenagers and everybody's facets of life, okay? It's important, 100%. But we need to know it, because if we see it and don't say something, you're in the runs, okay? And I'm just gonna go back to Uranus right quick, because with it's so close to the ascendant, it's on some bystander or upstander stuff. So you really have to teach everyone really has to learn what it means to be a bystander. Like, if you see a need and you're not addressing that there's a need going on, you feel me? Or you're not doing something to fill a need, it kind of falls on that, you feel me? Also, if you see something going on and you know it's wrong, and you don't stand up and you let the thing go on, is that right? Is that right? How would you feel in that situation? You will feel some type of way on me. This is necessary because you're learning how to put yourself in other people's shoes, which is necessary for what? So you can learn how to engage with people. How to run those situations. Be for real. See the bigger picture. Like, yeah, we playing little systems, but little systems run the whole wide world is what I'm saying. If I can finesse a little system, baby, what that mean? Okay. If you can liberate one person, baby, what that mean? Okay. Just saying, I'm calm down. Okay. We all get it. Okay, and I like this being here, because once we have that, it is this realization after 2 weeks, of course, engaging with other people, what it makes you feel. So I need people to 100% think before you engage, think before you want to engage with people, connect with people. Okay. It's necessary also to have these conversations because if not, it won't be preventive, okay? This is all preventive medicine because if we can prepare ourselves, that means we can also work on prevention. That means we can also be working on awareness and consciousness, okay? Consciousness is not it's something we all gotta grow into, like for real. It ain't, you feel me? You can't, let me just keep going. Okay. So, fourth house, ways that we can nurture and be protected and add protections to self. Okay, so I like Virgo. I really do. I think that if people, fuck it, let's have real conversations. You can do anointings with blue bags. These are like tools, okay? So if third house is hands and fourth house is something that you can hold a container, that means you can write names, write your children's names on things. So that's, keeping a protection, setting a boundary, right? 100%. Or you can also bless them. So that means you can bless their shoes, you can bless their coats, you can bless their, book bags. You feel me? Also, because Mercury is conjunct the sun in the fourth house. The sun is in the fourth house, Mercury is in the third house, but it is 27 degrees, so it's very late degree. And with this, that also means that talismans, workings can be added to things as protection. So if your child is going off away to school, you're like, oh my goodness, I don't have anything in the eyes. Maybe you can make them a safety protection pouch, mojo hand, feed, whatever, 100%. But this means tools in my hand that I can carry, things that I can have on me that I can move around with. So these are, if you're a spiritual worker, these are things that you can give for free, services that you can give. Because it's also here, third house is readings, hands, stuff with hands. Maybe you might give a reading about the overall school year. Maybe you might give an overall just about, ways to things to be mindful about. I like that because it is a warning here because Mercury is in front of the sun. So that is, you should think before you move type situations. So that can be useful. Okay, this also says that maybe every day you should do words of affirmation or a ways to affirm your child and a ways to affirm yourself. That's the wonderful way of setting boundaries or setting up protections, is clarifying. It's not even clarifying, it's a word. Affirm. It's not even affirming. It's like an anointing of self by speaking on self, okay? That also means you can anoint self. 3, oils are really good. What's this, Virgo? What's this, Earth? You can do, the incense. Alright, the cone incense, 100%. I can see this. Absolutely. But because it's Earth, I would carry something, okay? I would most likely carry something. Because it's Mercury before Sun, that means it's something that should be hidden. Okay. I like Orcus being here because Orcus is in 17, but it is like, it's giving a avenue of like preparation before something. So if you know about something before, so if you already set an avenue, you get what I'm saying, okay? But let's get into it. I'm very happy we're finally here. Ring the bell. 18 minutes in. We are at early elementary school, okay? So early elementary school, I'm going to read the notes. Oh, sorry. Let's read some of the activities I said that you can do. For at-home study is necessary. Memory matching, writing helps bridge short-term into long-term. On-skill recall, word wall is necessary. So that's also something that you should do, is broaden the vocabulary list in the mind. So vocabulary words. The word of the day is this. Okay, how would you use the word of the day? At the end of the day, I'm going to check in with you. You got to use the word of the day in the sentence and explain it to me type situation. I like this. I do like this. Okay. Ruler of the third house. Ruler of the ascendant is in the third house. It said last year it needed to do so as a prevention. So prevention is the 18th degree. But here we're saying last year we already a lot of things set the tone last year. You basically saw what needs to be worked on. Okay. Basically saw what's the overall behavior, situations, engagements, how things just roll, okay? And from that, you should be able to gain that, use that to your benefit, and hop on, okay? Hop on as in, what are you going to use and what you're going to do with it? Okay. Mars and Cancer, so emotional regulation is necessary. Expectations need to be given and reminded constantly. So before you leave, These are my expectations. Make sure every time you check in with them, these are my expectations. What's your expectations? It's necessary. I promise you. I promise you. If you set expectations down, people can't dog you out later. Now, people can dog you out, baby. Let me tell you, people can dog you out, my love, okay? They sure can. But if you, it's the allowing them part, baby. Pull them reins back. I don't like that. My expectations is high. Once it happen once, baby, cut it at the head. Cut it at the head. Cut it at the head. Okay. Girl, I'm already at PREK. Okay, yeah. Fifth house, baby. I'm walking you through it as I read it. So you're going to know what I'm talking about, baby. Fifth house. So look at the chart. Look at the fifth house, okay? I said pre-socialization and emotional needs in classroom and engagement with other people is necessary. Reassure self daily. That's something. You feel me? Oh, how was your day, sweetheart? Oh my goodness, what feelings did you feel today? Oh man, tell me why. You know, I felt those feelings. You feel me? Do stuff like that because we gotta reassure that that's a normal individual thing. You feel me? Everybody is an individual and we go through certain things, but it really be shared. It really be shared for real. It was a Venus square moon. After school questions should always be prompting. So ask first how it made them feel. Okay. There might be inner confusion going on, inner need to be stabilized, stabilizing expression of self. So that's going to be really reassuring of self, okay? There's also a Mercury sextile Venus or Mars. That was 40. Where's Mars at? No. Yeah, I know this is Venus. That's 40, huh? 30. It has to be Mercury sextile Venus. Yeah, so the sextile and this was 42 when I did it, but the sextile is only 40, so it's a 2-degree separation. So it's still minimizing here, okay? But it's just the inner readiness is here, but it could be fleeting. So that's why I'm saying the push of another person, the reassuring of another person kind of like reassures this avenue so they can use the sextile. Because remember, you can't use no minor aspects, baby, if you ain't worked at them hard squares and oppositions. Like, oh, I have these talents, okay. Like, you can't use them and you can't benefit from them, like, type situation. You gonna be kind of late. You won't take it seriously. And I'll be real with you on that. You will not take it seriously. Okay. So, fifth house, that's something that we need to stronghold do. With this, because I got some asteroids on this one. It has fifth house, Make conjunct Venus. It's Make. I like this. I really do because being around others really allows a new form of expression to come out. And this is like, oh, dang, I didn't think that I can do it in that manner. And because of the engagement and socialization with other people, it allows people to pick up other things, pick up mindsets, being right, wonderful. But it also picks up a lot of things about ourselves, and I need us to be mindful about that because what's that? 5, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, 6. Yeah, I like that. I do like that. It's just I need us to really check it at the door, 100%. Some qualities about myself that I have to also check and be like, oh, where did I get this? Oh, what did I? But I like it. We are strongly influenced by our environment, 100%. And I like this at the end because it is Pandora. Because if we don't check it, if we do not pay attention to it, it's so many ways to go with this. It is. Is it a Mars here? Where's Mars at? 30, 60, 90. Okay, I give you the easiest one, huh? The easiest one is when other people will be at school and be at work cursing up like a motherfucking storm, baby. Ha. And you feel me? Easily get involved in situation. Easy slip up and say things, right? One avenue. Or if it's your baby in that school, they hang with so-and-so like stuff. Drop the F-bomb. Put up the middle finger. You feel me? Might pick up those same behaviors and think it's cool unless we check it. And it's cool, you feel me? That's normal. That's normal stuff. You feel me? It's normal. For real. What's opposition Pandora? Oh. That's fine. We can eat it. We eat it. We sure can. Yeah, that's it. We're gonna look at that. Okay. So we did pre-K, we did early elementary school. Okay. Now that's gonna be like what, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th? 4th and 5th. Okay, so that's how I broke it down. 4th and 5th and 6th of summer. And 6th of summer is gonna also be beneficial. So listen to this if you have a 6th, 7th, 8th grade, okay? So it was Vertex, and you know I do love a good Vertex, okay? I'm a Vertex girl. Vertex, you like, girl, what the fuck is that Vertex? Okay, Vertex is just the other ascendant, okay? So it's like the mathematical point of like using the ascendant, the sun and the moon or something, put it all together, and that's where it is. So it's the Vertex and it's like an anti-Vertex. These are all fated points, mathematical points. So it also makes you wonder. It also really make you wonder, but this is not the video for that, baby. Let's keep going. It says Vertex. Get head and game, prevention needed, how can impact whole high school. So whatever the habits are that is set right now are going to be hard to break for yourself. If you're like this is how you engage as you're in college and you want to go to graduate school, okay? And this is you don't really ever write your papers, okay? You'll never do none of that stuff. You never really go to class. If you keep setting these behaviors and these habits like this, is it going to be beneficial for you in the long run? Because graduate school might ask you to do this, might ask you to write papers and sit in class. Because a lot of times you do have to come to class to do all your work. So when you come home, you just like type it up, finish it up type situation. So you're not really doing no work by yourself. It usually be group work. T. And with that 100%, you got to learn how to work people. You got to be time management. You got to be disciplined, okay? A lot of these avenues of discipline was coming up this school year. You feel me? Every avenue got its own avenue of discipline. Everybody got to learn. But here, you feel me? It is the keeping self. It's like it's not a strain, but it's like a leash of self, and you gotta really train yourself. It's a self-training that needs to go on. And you have to train your senses. You gotta train your emotions. You gotta change your emotional needs. If you don't feel like doing it, baby, guess what? I'm not gonna do it. When I come home from work, baby, if I don't feel like it, I ain't doing it. Right. But if you know you gotta do something, if you know you gotta dedicate yourself, you feel me? So you need to be very mindful, very meticulous. Meticulous is the key word, huh? Yes. Because also with this proper prevention type situation, that the P word poem, proper prevention thing, that if we are not setting up protocols and regimes for things we need to accomplish, I'm gonna be real, it's not gonna be accomplished. We're not gonna remember it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're not going to remember. It's going to throw us off. And when it's throwing us off, it can potentially impact our grading, impact where we go now, the next 3 years. You get what I'm saying? So there needs to be a scheduling we need to work on, being aware of what we need to do and how much energy is going to take. Be mindful of how we are feeling about ourselves that day. So every day we need to do a check-in. You feel me? That's something we need to learn. Our children need to learn, okay? Also, self-esteem, how we feel about ourselves, how we feel about situations, how things have impacted us. Things are going to impact us, and it's good. And I hate people saying, like, stop taking things so personally. That's terrible. How do you not take things so personal? How do you tell somebody to just turn it off? How do you say that? It's so like put it in a situation. How do I get out of the situation? Give me some real solid evidence. And people can never do that, okay? And with that, I need us to think about that. How can you get yourself out of the situation? How can you feel me? Yes. Here, emotional connection, emotional stability, emotional regulation. Being able to feel your emotions is necessary, okay? In this avenue. Yeah. Not ignoring them, okay? Feel them and then don't ignore them. Like, you feel me? Also, don't like say it's not what it is. You feel me? When situations come up again and feelings come up again, trust those. This is a really trusting feelings. It's a lot going on here. A reassurance is necessary during these time periods, during these ages, during these grades, okay? That's something that needs to go on. Most definitely. It's an internal thing, okay? That's that picking and choosing friends. Mindful of that. 100%. So, mindful when your tests are, what upcoming things are going on. Scheduling is necessary. Planning is necessary. Studying is necessary. Learning how to like set the foundation and use the tools wisely. That's what needs to go on here. So maybe this area needs to work on some tutoring, and tutoring is more so like executive functioning skills. Most definitely, and that's normal. That's normal. That's normal. Also, packing, carrying the right things, making sure things are ready before the day is necessary. That's something. This is, if these are kids, what grade is this? 4th through 6th. Yeah, this is a really good time to help children set their day before going to bed. So make sure they set their book bag, get their clothes ready, things like that. That's necessary for them to learn independent executive functioning skills. Thanks for the school, yeah. Okay, what's the next grade? Oh, I wrote all this stuff. Okay, so it says self-esteem reminders is necessary. Note-taking with journals need necessary on the coming dates, tests, etc. Planning can be poor preparation. Oh, without planning can be poor preparation. Vertex second ascendant. Self-confidence. How see oneself. Allowing others to think about self and make oneself feel. Needs to learn to stand up for self. Learning social structures, layouts, and the recessing. It's necessary to talk to an older person to them and to get advice. Play schedules, good play dates, things like that is necessary if you're thinking about that. So if you want to like, I see people doing like more play dates in that area. Play dates is like going out to your friends, chilling out type thing. You feel me? That's play dates, not, oh, my mom is, no, we ain't, no. Body language is blossom during this time. Help the arenas, help these ages that they're friends. Bullying through isolating, playing 9-3, seeing that I'm smarter than you, I'm better than you in this, you're not smart in this, ooh. You feel me? Just playing off the brain, playing off the I think that, you think wrong, stuff like that. What I have versus what you have, I'm smarter than you, power struggles and emotional struggles. It's just an uncomfortability in being self. So yeah. 6th through 8th grade, we're in the 7th house now. Meshing and following unaware, full picture. Might want to go to friend's house more. 7th house is Sagittarius, and the only signs really in here is, it's asteroid Lilith and Black Moon Lilith. There is a lot of, I like it, I really do. There's an avenue of coming out of oneself, like, you know, showing who I am. I have to sneeze, I'm so sorry. Excuse me. Coming out, like, this is me, you feel me? I like it when you get solid and feel good in yourself and can blossom out. That's a beautiful aspect, okay? With the blossoming out portion, we need to learn how to adjust in how much we blossom out, okay? It's just the learning of what's right, what's appropriate. That's it. What appropriate for the time. Appropriate for time. That's something that needs to learn, okay? Is this the time for it right now? You think this is the time for it right now? That conversation is necessary. Only because it's going to be assisting everybody and their mama on me. Especially if you're going to high school. Especially if you're finishing these like milestones or whatever, it's necessary because you need to have that control of self and not being able to just get baited, okay? 100. With this, there is an independence going on. I would do it as it's an independence, but I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? So it's learning how to engage with this newfound independence of self is a learning method, okay? We can't just burn them out. We just can't. But we can't just let it go crazy without boundaries because then it's uncontrollable and the taming, no. Boundaries is necessary and learn 100%. So locking it down. But where's Jupiter so we can see? Okay, so yeah, most definitely foundation is necessary. I would pick up tutoring only for recall, like, oh, I don't remember this. Can I just what they call it, study hall, study hours? You just like review things that you've already learned just as a remembering to use it. That's something, okay. Okay, I'm trying to quickly get through this, okay, y'all. All right, APALS, high school. I didn't really write the chart for that. Okay, APALS is basically everything. It's Capricorn. They get Ixion, conjunct Pholus, conjunct Quaar, conjunct Moon. I said that was Cersei, so they gotta be Juno. Yep. And then they gotta be conjunct part of Fortune. Oof. Locking in is gonna be necessary. And the locking in more so is like it's a lot. It's like at least 3 different things. So locking in is the being able to think for self, being able to understand why are you there, why is you there. You feel me? What's the purpose of you being here? That's a conversation that needs to constantly be had. Okay, especially you going to college, you going to grad school. What's your purpose of being here for real? Cause baby, it's money. It is money. It's fun. Yeah, you get to have some fun. Yeah, you get to soak in. Oh, I'm grown. Oh, I get to do this. Oh, I'm older down. Now I can do this. Yeah, it's fun, right? But we can't get stuck there. We really can't. You feel me? You're gonna constantly be moving up, and I need us to be aware of that. Okay, we need to reassure all of our facets of ourselves. Even the facet when we just like, oh, I just started. Oh, I'm still. Every facet of ourselves needs to be assured, and that can be a lot. That can be very much overwhelming, okay? This is why it's necessary to talk things through and really allow people, you feel me? Like, we can't force people to have a conversation with us, but we can prompt. We can ask questions. And even if it's like a shutdown, you can ask questions and say, oh, I feel like you feel me? So, are you doing okay? You're building your house. Anything like that. I think it's necessary for us, 100%. I also think it's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. I like that. I do feel like this chart is saying that friends are very much important for this crowd, especially not really the friends who they have went through a lot with, especially from like elementary school to high school. If you're this is like elementary school to like wherever grade this is, okay? Especially if you're growing up, you want to lock in with people who, you know, been through situations with you. And that is cool, but it can be some competition when you lock in with people who've been through the same situations because they see you as a baseline and they say, oh, if that's the person who's been through what I've been through and they've been through and they doing this, maybe I can't do this. It's a competitive method right there that people don't ever be talking about. But I need us to know about and see, because it can be that thing that we need to not really paying attention to, and be like, dang, right here, yeah, dang, right here. Also, ooh, yeah, that boundaries of last year is necessary for this year, because if not, there's an avenue of like emotional reaction that we need to be mindful about. And not really be mindful about, but like be aware of, and then say, okay, when I go through this, when I feel this, why do I move like that? That's necessary, okay? Thinking about when this reaction and feelings and explosions and blowouts, why they all are connected and what they really mean, okay? That's really important and vital, because baby, as an adult, need that. Hashtag need that, okay? What time is it? Because baby, I'm trying to get to bed. I do like this. It is all necessary. It really is. It really is. I like this chart. This is a wonderful, beautiful chart. Okay, so high school adults are needed. Older people are necessary. Their input is vital. They really do need it. They needed to prolong themselves. They needed to see it to keep going. They actually needed to like set the foundation for them to build off of. I'll be 100. Okay, so get it. It's necessary. It's needed. But how we say it, how we say the things, how the word choice we use is necessary. It's necessary. But it's also useful to teach the children to read between the lines. Okay. Not high school, college, baby, higher education, wherever you want to go to graduate school, baby. You want to go to something else, baby. Listen to 6th house, but 9th house, baby, what in the AI is going on here? Part of fortune conjunct Pluto. Is Pluto rich or better now? Now Pluto's direct. 2018 and 0, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. It's school. A printer access is necessary. Access to a laptop is necessary. Access to a library is necessary. This is a good time to get acquainted with the culture of things. The culture is necessary because it tells you a lot of information about the mindsets of the people, what the people consciousness is. Okay, it really is. And to see that is important because it tells you really about the world itself. Okay, it tells you about different environments, right? It teaches you about the different environments, how the environments engage, and everybody don't like that. Yeah. You feel me? It's necessary. It really is necessary because you need to pull and code switch and move and network and intertwine yourselves, and you get what I'm saying? That skill set is necessary. It's a shape-shifting skill set in a way, but nonetheless is necessary for everyone to learn, to use. Some people do it to benefit themselves. Some people do it for like personal gain. Some people do it for like, money and, prestige, get into certain classes, job play, get out. But it is necessary to learn that skill and more so to observe it. So people watching is very important. But not very important, important nonetheless. There is a strong need to detach oneself from the mindsets, though, of people. You feel me? Like, what people are saying, hear it. What people are thinking, align it and see if they match. And then detach yourself. Be for real. Be for real. What's 17? That's a 5. 13, 14, 15, 16, wait. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of things be performative. And it's necessary that people be knowing how far performances be going. It is. It's so important. Because everybody playing a part. Everybody a character, okay? Everybody really is a character. But nonetheless, it's important to know how to move in certain situations, to see the engagements, because you're not going to be here for long, but you need to learn these skill sets to move up. It's necessary, my love. It really is. It will use it as a beneficiary. So we be more quiet here and be more observant. Think before you say something. Also, people might be wanting to steal your ideas. Also, what's that 9-3 I was saying? Somebody gonna 9-3 you. That mean they also gonna steal your shit. They gonna steal it. That mean they gonna plagiarize it. Say it's not. You feel me? They gonna plagiarize it. Plagiarizing is up, my love. So do not plagiarize. That's what I'm saying. What in the AI is up. Most definitely. Here also, there is a skill and a concept that has been lost. I feel like, cause I ain't been in college in a minute. I ain't been an undergrad in a minute. But paraphrasing, that's something that needs to be learned and redeveloped. Paraphrasing, most definitely. That's something. Context clues. All these like literature avenues are used in like the engagements with other people, and that's something we need to pick up or remember or use, especially in this group. Yeah. I love you all. I really do. Higher education, okay? So this is a little 1 through, little 1, 2. I'm gonna start adding more of these into the yearly reading, okay, y'all? But don't forget the yearly reading is available on YouTube. It is most available on TheeMemoryAstrologer.com, okay? Come read it, come watch it, come listen to it, come, you feel me? Come on over to TheeMemoryAstrologer.com. I love you all.